Okay, let's just say it. Singleness as a Christian woman is a trip. One day, you're thriving, romanticizing solo dates, deepening your faith, sleeping diagonally across your bed because, well, you can. And the next, another engagement post. Another, so when are you getting married? Another wedding invite when you're deciding between RSVPing, soloing, or inventing an imaginary plus one. And suddenly, you stare at the sky like, God, what are we doing? I used to think singleness was just a season to hurry up and get out of, like a layover flight, mildly inconvenient but temporary. But lately, I've been seeing it differently. So today we're having a real conversation, not in a just wait sis, he's coming way, not in a enjoy your single season, it's a gift way, because okay. But in a let's talk about this, let's talk about how it actually feels way. Because if you're in this season too, sis, you're not crazy. You're not behind and you are definitely not alone. Hey friend, welcome back to the Karen Elijah podcast. If this is your first time here, hi, I'm Karen, your follow-through mentor. But today, forget execution. Because life is more than what we do. It's about who we're becoming while we wait for the things we desire. And for me, that means sitting with the fact that I really want marriage. But instead of waiting for some man to appear like an Amazon Prime delivery, I've been learning to actually live in this season. So if you've ever felt stuck in the waiting room of life, side-eyed heaven like, God, did my prayer request get lost in transition? If you've ever been over everyone and their mother giving you unsolicited advice on how to position yourself for marriage, sis, pull up a chair. We're talking about it today. So, there's this pressure to be marriage ready. So let's talk about what that is. Because being single as a Christian woman is an experience. The family gatherings where aunties hit you with the "so when are you getting married" question. The sermons that make it sound like marriage is the gold medal of spiritual growth. Or the unsolicited advice. Maybe you should put yourself out there more. Like where exactly? Outside, at the grocery store? Should I just casually drop things in R5, hoping that man with strong jawlines will pick them up for me? And then there's the mental gymnastics we do. Did I miss my window? Is there a secret prayer I don't know about? Or do I need to write a letter to my future husband and bury it in my backyard? Because it's getting a lot. And nobody tells you what to do with the loneliness, the desire, or the frustration that happens to you in the meanwhile, while you are waiting and in your single season. And if you don't fit into the ideal wife aesthetic that certain people swear men want, that's a problem. So sis, let's unravel this thing together. You have to lose weight to find a husband pressure, because I know what it is like. It's real. If you're not a size 2, you've probably heard men prefer smaller women. You don't have more options if you don't lose some weight. You're so pretty, you just need to slim down. Oh God, I don't know how many times I've heard this thing. You don't need to, you need to make yourself more desirable. Am I a cargo? Am I on display for sale? Because what's all of these things? If you're listening to this, you get my frustration, because I keep hearing stuff like this. And listen, if I had $1 for every time someone implied that my body was a problem, I would be funding my own honeymoon solo, because there's no husband yet. But that messaging, it gets in your head. It makes you feel like you have to earn love by shrinking yourself. But here's what I now know from processing all of these emotions. You don't have to shrink to be loved. You're not too much for the right person. You are already worthy of love at any size. Okay? But let's be honest. Marriage is not a reward for fitting into society standards. And if a man's love for you is conditional about you being a certain size, that is not love. So no, I'm not losing weight for a husband. I'm living fully right now as I am. Because my worth, it was never up for debate in the first place. A while ago, I was having a conversation with my mom about marriage. I jokingly asked her, Mom, what prayer did you pray for your husband? Because you have a good man. And she said, don't pray for a husband. Pray for a man who aligns with God's standards. And she pointed me to Titus 1, verse 7 to 9 and 1 Timothy 3, where it describes the kind of leader, protector, and a man of God a husband should be. And since then, I've been reevaluating my prayers, because if I'm praying for this kind of man, am I becoming this kind of woman? Marriage isn't about just receiving a good partner. It's about being a good partner as well. And one thing I'm sure of is when the time is right, God is going to align two people who are ready, not just for love, but for purpose. So instead of just praying, God, send me a man like this, I'm praying, God, make me a woman who can walk alongside a man like this. And that, it has changed everything for me. So, instead of waiting for this season to be over, I'm actually choosing to live in it. I'm going on solo adventures. I'm deepening my faith, not just for marriage, but for myself. I'm building a life I actually want to invite someone into. And I'm setting real standards, not just expectations. Because listen, marriage is what will add to my life, not complete it. My life is already full of purpose right now. If you want to have more of this conversation or tell me how you're choosing to live fully in this season, please send me a DM on Instagram at the Karen Elijah. I would love to hear from you. And remember, this season is not wasted. Live fully right now. I'll see you in the next episode.